Hello again. Okay, today is, it's Friday. Friday the 20th of May, 2022. Isn't that crazy, you know? I'm still surprised when it's Friday. It's okay, right? The moon, I looked on my moon app, and the moon is now in Capricorn, which is, Capricorn governs the joints, the skeletal system. So you might want to get some extra vitamin D today, or soak in some bath salts. That'll help. I'm that deep in cup number, God, what is this? 3. It's a little later in the morning. I've been doing other stuff, trying to get some craft classes in the calendar. And not just craft classes, but a candle making class. I've also got a, what is that? Let me look over here. Spell jar. A spell jar spell jar class cooking. I think I have it planned out. The hardest thing about this stuff is figuring out what we'll need for materials, because I want to supply all the materials with the class cost. And not only work on some things, hands-on during the class, but also send the students home with some stuff so that they can, make more. It won't be a whole bunch of stuff because obviously, materials are fairly expensive, especially now, thanks to COVID and other factors. But just like gas, everything else is going up too. All right, we want to do a general reading for today, Friday. Weekend Eve. May the 20th, 2022. So it's 5/20/2022. And how many cards are we going to get today? We're going to get 4. Seriously? Do y'all want to take 4? I mean, they jumped. Let's do it. Be brave, right? It's Friday. All right. It's going to be a big reading. Okay. We have this lady. I got to get these to where I can see them. And him. And her. And this. Okay. Excuse me. Just suddenly got a terrific tickle. Okay, we have the High Priestess. We have the Fool card. We have the Empress. And we have the Tower. Okay. It's going to be an interesting reading. I can tell you that right now. All right, they're talking. How's Mercury retrograde treating everyone? Today hasn't felt as bad. Okay, I'm going to rephrase that. Today for me hasn't felt as intense as the other days in the week. Maybe because we're winding down on the week and we are in a waning moon, it's being a little nicer. Who knows? We can hope, right? Okay, let's build the story out because there's a lot going on here. Okay. Okay, let's build the story on this. Can you see that card up there? I can't tell because my clip is right behind there. Okay, yeah, I guess you can. All right. I have a clip that holds my phone, I'm sorry, and it's sitting on a box with something to weight it down to keep it from flipping forward, and yeah, it's a Shade Tree Mechanic type of rig, but hey, it works, right? And okay, I'm going to put those there because they look like they're going a bit out of frame. I need to move it higher. A little bit more information, please. Okay, they're starting to talk to me now. We got a double tower. That's awesome. Yep, that's gonna happen, faux show. Are you ready? Because dang. But you know what? It's right beside this Empress card, so this almost feels like something you're birthing. Whoever this is for, you have wanted this change, and it's definitely going to happen. I need a few more cards, please. A few more cards, like 3. I have no idea what this spread is. It's just something I've started doing. It feels like things are about to kick up. Okay, we got 2 more on that one. And we have a double Empress. And is that in the frame? I think it is. Okay, there's that one. Okay. All right. Now, I just gotta stand up so I can see these. And this is the deck, the bottom of the deck. All right, let me turn off that light. That helps. All right. Okay. Now. Okay. Oh, excuse me. We have in the center, we have the High Priestess, the Fool, the Empress, and the Tower. On the sides of these, we have the Magician, who goes hand in hand with the High Priestess. She is all about divination and using intuition. And the Magician is all about manifestation, having tools that he's using. That's all she's doing. She's got tools in her hand. She has got the Torah. She's standing on a moon. She's got a moon on her headpiece. She is using these things for divination. And she also has the two pillars, Joaz and Bacon, from the temple. Okay, we have a double empress here. We have a double tower. Okay, it feels like it has really been a struggle. It's really been a struggle, whatever this is about. You are definitely birthing something because we have two empresses. It feels like you're trying to break out of old habits. This is what you're manifesting in order to push you to a place where you are going to be, it almost feels like building a business. Building a business, building an empire, whatever that means to you, building an empire, okay? Whether that is a business or whether that is a happy home or whether that is investments, building a retirement, building a job. Whatever this is, it's building something, breaking old habits so that you can save. And it feels like a frugal time. You are going to have to get creative with how you save money. I used to listen to what are they called? Motivational speakers, more than a few years ago. Oh, excuse me. And when it came to money advice, he would say, gather the fragments, go through your bills, eliminate what you don't necessarily need. Most of that's subscriptions. If it's a subscription that you haven't used in a while, we tend to not pay attention to those because they're automatically deducted from our account now. And if that's the case, go through all of your automatic subscriptions, all of your automatic payments, your automatic withdrawals, and see what you can do without. If you can do without internet or even TV in your home, I mean, there's so much available now with Netflix and watching movies on your phone or another device or whatever. We really don't need television. I, in all honesty, watch less and less TV every day simply because I've got too much other stuff to do, and TV is a time waster. I have always thought that TV was the epic time killer. It mesmerizes us. And if you look up the word mesmerize, it comes from a fella whose last name was Mesmer, and it's named after him because of hypnosis. TV hypnotizes us, especially if it's something that we can veg out to. So just be aware of that, okay? Be aware of the time killing. That might be what you are trying to break off of yourself. It might be something else. It might be alcoholism or drug use or something as simple as time, not taking enough time for yourself, pouring out to too many others, not having enough for yourself. Multitasking's okay, but many of us aren't that great at it. And even if we are good at multitasking, we're never going to do everything very well. When we narrow down what we're doing, we do more things very well. Okay. Right under this High Priestess is the Ten of Swords. And this is telling me that you're very much done with something and ready to walk away. And we're progressing this direction and going at the cards in the rows or in the columns, because that's how I'm being fed. Good God, that's how I'm being led to read today. As far as this full card, you have the King of Pentacles over it, and you have the Eight of Wands under it. Now, this King of Pentacles feels very much like an investor. Some way for you to get funding for this adventure. and it's going to come in very quickly. We have the Empress card with the Queen of Wands over it, and the Seven of Wands under it. Now, this is a battle, but you're on the higher ground. Look at that. You are actually up above. It's not like this one. It's a progression. This one, you are on the same level with everyone, and everyone's battling you for one thing or another, or one reason or another. But with the 7, you're actually on the higher ground. So keep that in mind. You're on the higher ground. And the Queen of Wands, at least for me right now, is representing that passion that you're feeling about whatever it is that you're birthing, whether it's a business or a job or investing or a family life, something, building your empire. Okay, we have the Tower card with the Ace of Swords over it and the Ace of Cups beneath it. Now, the Tower is a change. It's a transition. It's a sudden shaking. It's something that happens quickly. And when this comes, it's going to birth new beginnings. You're going to have a lot of thoughts. You're going to have a lot of ideas about what's going on. And be careful also not to let your thoughts run away with you. I have also heard someone say that your emotions are like riding a horse. Once you let the horse get away from you, it's very difficult to get control again. I know this from experience. When I was about, 16-ish, I went to visit some, not really relatives, but they were distant relatives of a relative. And she had a horse, and it was fairly early in spring, and it was a nice warm day, and I wanted to ride the horse. Well, he had been in the corral or in the field and hadn't been ridden for a while, so they were like, okay, you need to keep control over him, because if you let him get his nose in the field, because it was freshly plowed, you just don't, that's what they told me, just don't let him get his nose in the dirt, keep control of him, keep his head up. Well, they didn't tell me why. Well, what happened is when the horse, his name was Trigger, by the way, when he got his nose down in that freshly plowed field, he proceeded to lay down and roll in it because of, I guess, coating his body with dirt would keep the flies off. I mean, I don't know why they do this. Who knows? Anyway, I think it's the same reason that elephants take dirt and throw it up on their bodies. Anyway, it looked like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon when I finally got him off of me and got up. And it was a really good thing that the field was freshly plowed, because if he had done that with me on hard ground, he would have probably killed me, because he was a rather large horse. And I was tiny. I was all of 16, if that, and very, very skinny and tiny. Okay. So don't let your emotions run away with you. Keep them in check. If somebody tells you something, check the facts first. Because a lot of people, I have found out, they have no control or little control over their own lives, and they like to control other people. So they push buttons. And they push buttons to get a reaction out of others because they feel out of control. They want to control something. Keep this in mind. Think about the people who do that to you and keep that button panel hidden. Don't react. We can't control what people say and do to us. We can, however, control our reaction to that. And if we let our thoughts and our emotions get away from us, then we end up in a spiral downward. And that's very low vibrating energy. And you don't want to stay there, because then depression will take over or anxiety will take over. And you need to stay up on top of this. Stay on top of it. Keep your head about you. Keep your wits about you. Keep your emotions intact. Okay, next row is the Tower again with the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Now, at first I thought this king and queen were probably coupled, but It's simply because they're kind of sort of facing each other. But now I understand that these two are what's coupled. And this could be the energy from the people involved, whether it's a partnership or a relationship or a friendship. These people are somehow involved, and they may be more than one people. It's just a king and it's just a queen, but this may represent others, because right here I see a lizard and I see a cherub's face right here. So this tells me that this could be groups of people or a small group of people. And this change, once it hits, is going to affect them. Okay? All right. I need one more card. And we've got the wheel. And the wheel is kind of, I've got that stuff everywhere. The wheel is threaded, spun, and stopped by, or this is at least what I've read, by the triple moon goddess, the maid mother crone. One threads it, one spins it, and the other one cuts the cord so that it will stop. Now, right now, this feels like this is an open outcome. This is dependent on everything that we talked about in here. Keeping check on your emotions, keeping check on your thought life, keeping people at bay so that they're not pushing your buttons and, challenging you and getting you all upset and in turmoil just because they can't control their own lives. There is a new adventure waiting here, and it feels very good. Just be careful where you let your thoughts take you to, because we can overthink the simplest things. And even something as simple as, I was in the kitchen cleaning up, and did I cook yesterday? I don't think I cooked, but I think I was cleaning up some stuff. And David looked over the couch at me and said, "What was that look for?" And I'm like, "What look?" He said, "You were looking at me funny." I said, "No, actually I was cleaning the kitchen. It was probably just I'm zoned out in, automatic movement mode, because I was cleaning and washing dishes and putting things in the dishwasher." And it's not that you're even thinking about anything in particular. And probably the look on my face was one of concentration, maybe. I don't know. But he was wondering what I was thinking about him and why I was looking at him that way. Well, I don't know how I was looking at him, but that's that kind of a thing. You don't pay attention to those things. And if somebody looks at you funny, ask them why. Ask them why they're scowling or they're frowning or they're smiling, inappropriately sometimes. I do that all the time. But there you have it. Possible outcome that's very good. It's a new journey. You are definitely birthing something. And I don't think I addressed this Empress with this row. She came out with this guy. And, the Empress is all about birthing and gestation and creation. And you can get very creative with the way you are casting your intention for this to happen, whatever this is. All right, I hope that resonated with someone. Don't worry about the battle. You'll come out on top. Yes, you're done, but the news is going to change very quickly. There are more than a few new beginnings in here. The energy's not really moving quickly because this is an energy card, and he is not. His feet are kind of look like he's maybe took a step or two, but not quickly at all. So be patient, be patient and let the things play out. All right, have a good day. Enjoy the journey. Life is way too short not to thrive. Choose to thrive rather than just exist. Blessed be.